I always realize I always start like this. What's up, everyone? How's it going? RobFuz here. Look at this maniac right here. These maniacs. What's going on, everyone? Happy Friday. It is Friday. 4 o'clock, 4:30, 4 o'clock. I don't know. I think I'm going to stick with 4 o'clock Fridays. That's going to be the spot. I apologize for going back and forth and everything. I'd like to go a little bit earlier for my friends from the UK here. Frankie comes home from school, so it's a little bit tricky. Welcome to PubTalk. What is this? What is this, guys? PubTalk number 23.
23.
Summer movies. Yeah, welcome, everyone. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that notification. Hold on. Please hit that notification bell. And stream, share out this stream. I would appreciate it. So, of course, my partner channels here, Adam from Adam's Land, Disney.
Hey.
Definitely check out my two partner channels. Of course, my other partner channels as well. We got Kenny from Alpha Traveler 1. We got Bob and Ashley. We got Frankie. We got Road Trip Dave. And, of course, Steve's World, who is in the chat. Welcome, Steve. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone who is here. And don't forget my power channels. And, of course, my sponsors, D&G Explorers. Those guys are awesome. Check them out. They go every Wednesday, 8 o'clock. Check those guys out. And, guys, just wanted to put up right up front here. Next week is Shark Week 2, The Revenge. Yes, the guys are excited. I am excited. We're working on the schedule. The schedule's almost done. But pretty much every day there's going to be a live stream. So please keep checking back. Check RobFuz.com. I'm going to put the schedule right there, RobFuz.com. I'm going to schedule them all out, too. They'll be on YouTube as well. So you'll have at least 12-hour notice for each stream. Generally, they're going to be the premiere is Friday. The premiere is Monday, 9 o'clock. I'm going to be doing it's not live. It's a premiere from the New York Aquarium. That's going to be first. And then Tuesday, I believe we're doing a pub talk. We're going to do a mega chat. Dan's going to do one on his channel as well. He's going to do Disney Sharks. That's going to be on the schedule too.
Top Disney Sharks.
Top Disney Sharks. I can't wait for this one. It's exciting. And all week there's going to be something. The one day it's going to be on Dan's channel, and hopefully Adam, we're going to sneak one in over at Adam's Land as well. We're talking about that too. We're finalizing that. I don't know if this week or next week, but there's going to be a pub talk over on Adam's channel as well, which is awesome. And
a new pub.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I think we're going to end the week. We're going to have a pub talk. We're going to have 2 pub talks next week. So schedule will be on robfuzz.com, and I'll put it in every live stream or everything with Shark Week will have the schedule on it. So that was a lot. So welcome, guys. Welcome to the stream. Of course, Mr. Adam of Adam's Land. Definitely check out his channel. He is awesome. I'm going to put the link right below. And his daughter, Ebony. They're awesome channels, so definitely go check out those guys. So, what's up, Adam? How you doing, buddy? Welcome back from Download Festival.
From Metallica, from the Dead. So yeah, thank you, man. Cheers. Cheers. It's my Metallica beer cup. So
nice. I saw you.
Definitely
check out Adam and Ebony's little channel, his daughter. I just posted the links below. Check those guys out.
Yeah, I've got my download review coming up as well, so I'm just kind of getting that all together. So stay tuned.
Was that? You live stream at one point? What was that all about?
Oh, that was a complete accident, man. So yeah, you messaged me and you were like, you went live? I was like, no, I didn't. And you were like, yeah, you did. I was like,
it was during my live stream, and then someone's like, oh, everyone. I think Kay was like, let's go check out Adam, and I'm like, what is
no, yeah, yeah. So no, I was literally I can't remember who I was watching at the time. I think it was Def Leppard. I was watching Def Leppard at the time, and I pulled out my phone, and I had a couple of messages, so I was reading those, and then like as I was kind of flipping through my apps, I accidentally knocked the OBS app that the Streamlabs app.
Funny.
So I knocked that open onto my phone, which I downloaded the week that YouTube decided that you couldn't go live anymore if you didn't have 1,000 subscribers. So, but I've never configured that app. I've never opened it up on my phone. I've never configured it, but I do have OBS on my laptop already linked to my YouTube channel. So I kind of knocked that. And I guess while I was putting it like in my pocket, and I knocked the button that said go live. But at the same time, fortunately, I got another message. So I opened it up and it kind of said something about going live. And I was like, oh no, I don't want to go live. So I kind of stopped it. And then obviously you messaged me afterwards to tell me that I did go live, and it had a pros and cons about Disneyland Paris, which is the only thing I've ever done on OBS, like back in August or something like that. So yeah, so it was a bit kind of
good.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, at least I know the app works now. I just need to figure out how to configure it on my phone. But yeah, it was a complete accident. So I did get a message off Kay saying, "Well, that was short." I think it streamed for like 4 seconds or something like that. But it was a complete accident. So yeah.
Of course, we got Disney Dan here, my man. What's going on, Dan? How you doing? You excited about Disney Shark Week and the Disney Shark stream? We good excited?
Dun it. Dun it. Oh my god, I'm so excited for Shark Week, dude. Come on, we're actually going to be talking about one of my favorite movies ever.
Yes, this whole stream, one stream is dedicated to Dan. This, and I said I can't have this stream without Dan. So
next week we will be finally diving in deep. Get it? Because it's Shark. Diving in deep into Jaws 4. Jaws the Revenge. We've been waiting for this for so long. The most anticipated movie review, I think, on all of our channels. We are finally going to talk about Jaws the Revenge.
We are going to just to kind of stipulate. We are going to talk about Jaws 2 and 3D as well. Jaws 3D.
Yeah, sure.
We're all going to
get the main event. Is the main event. It's going to be amazing. But yeah, Shark Week, I'm super pumped for. And yeah, it's going to be a really great, just a really great time. And yeah, did some live streams this week. We did a hangout this week. Me and Adam did a hangout with Steve. That was really a lot of fun. And we had lots of people join us as well. Oh gosh, Rob is putting the movie on.
I watched it today.
Oh gosh.
But stream too. I
Jaws 4 with Michael Caine. Michael Caine. Where he goes, bloody hell. The breath on that thing.
We'll hold that conversation. We got it next week.
We'll save that for I think will have to be a non-PG episode because there is some great language in Jaws 4. But yeah, I'm super excited. Look,
you got your
if you've been following PubTalk for a long time, we love our movies, and I'm super excited to talk about the summer blockbusters. And obviously, you know me, when we do these top 5 lists, I always go off piste and choose really random ones. So I'm super excited to do this with Adam and Rob today. So I hope you guys enjoy this all with us.
Yeah. Yes, definitely check out Disney Dan. He goes live every Saturday, 7 o'clock. Disney Fiasco.
Yep,
it's been going live on Wednesdays too. I love the live Wednesday streams are
awesome. I'm just trying to get my hours up. YouTube is I feel like an otter on its belly trying to crawl over the finish line to get monetized. It's like a real struggle. I'm like 400 hours away now, so we're getting there. We're nearly there. So yeah, we're so close. So yeah, we're excited. So next week I'm doing my top Disney sharks. And surprisingly, there's a lot more than you might think because I looked them up.
I can't wait.
I can think of 4 so far, but there may be more. But I can think of 4 just off the top of my head.
Yeah, no, I think I've got at least 8.
I found one last night. I told Danny he already had it. So
yeah, so I got that, and then Disney Fiasco. Hopefully tomorrow it will be a little bit of a shorter fiasco. A little bit. I booked all my fast passes yesterday, so we're gonna do a fast pass.
Nice.
Preview tomorrow for Disney Fiasco tomorrow, and because Dave is here from Brandy and Dave, David, I'm going to do a special Disney Fiasco Dave Best of Dave from Brandy and Dave special.
Nice. Because Dave's birthday tomorrow, right?
Dave's birthday is tomorrow, so everybody say happy birthday to Dave.
Happy birthday, Cargo. Happy birthday, Dave. That's awesome.
Cargo was also this week, so yeah, so that's gonna be tomorrow. And Disney Food Friday dropped today because obviously it's Friday, and we looked at Tonga toast from the Polynesian. So that's yeah, that's where I am at the moment.
That's awesome. I have contacted the Beverly Champion. I've invited him on my show, by the way. So I'm trying to get the Beverly Champion. I think it's 54, 53 or something.
It's all fake.
He claims it's not.
It's fake, dude.
I haven't talked to the guy yet. I've reached out to him. He lives like 20 minutes from me. So maybe I'll take him to lunch. Maybe I'll invite him. I'll put even though I'm not really involved in the challenge, but I'm excited for the challenge. So we will see. I don't know. So Very good. And what else was I going to say? I was going to say something else. I totally forgot. I don't remember. So
Something like that.
I forgot. Oh, it was Cargo's birthday. I mentioned that too. But
Cargo's birthday.
What's going on, guys? The topic this week: summer movies, blockbuster movies. Growing up as a kid, I loved the blockbuster movie. Of course, by the way, Dan guessed 4 of my 5 movies. They're not very hard to before the stream. It's not very hard to guess my movies, I guess. But let's start off with this year's movies. I'm going tomorrow for one of the summer blockbusters, Toy Story 4, and I'm excited. I'm hearing great things about it. I see Steve was disappointed. I'm very intrigued. I said I can't wait to talk to you about it. Patrick Zippity Doodad said he liked it, so I don't know. It just got really good. It was a 98 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, I think Steve had to go away for a sec. It's a good thing he's not here because he says he doesn't like TTA, so I can't take him seriously about anything. Love you, Steve, but if you don't like TTA and don't like Toy Story, we're gonna have to change that, bud.
Gonna have to change that. So, Lion King's coming out this summer. What else is some of the blockbusters going to be this summer, guys? What do you think?
So we already had Avengers. Obviously, we have Spider-Man: Far From Home coming out in a couple of weeks. I think 2 weeks time or next week, something like that. We have off Disney. We have John Wick 3. Godzilla King of the Monsters. We've had Child's Play. We've had
a summer blockbuster. What is it? Child's Play 15 or something?
Well, it's the remake. It's the remake of Child's Play.
The original. Okay, I never knew.
Yeah, Men in Black just came out. X-Men Dark Phoenix, which I saw this week, which was what else is out that's non-Disney related?
Lion King?
So yeah, Lion King, of course.
Yesterday's coming out. That looks kind of cool. The Beatles movie. Maybe you should go see that because you guys don't know anything about the Beatles.
Rocket Man,
of course. Yeah.
So there's been some really great stuff. So
can I tell you, besides Toy Story 4 and Lion King, those are the 2 big ones. And Spider-Man probably.
Spider-Man definitely for sure.
Big ones. That's what I call a summer blockbuster. And that's kind of what I wanted to do the stream about. I didn't really give the guys much stipulations. I kind of said what I wanted to do. We'll see what these guys come up with. I know what I want to do. Adam, who's in the chat? That's what I wanted to do. Sorry about that.
You
better get this right, buddy.
Who is in the pub? Disney Circus Girl, Zippity Doodad, Noah. Noah's in the chat. Some guy called Disney Dan. Kyle's vlog. Disney Dan, spelled with a Z. He needs to correct his spelling. Bob and Ashley. Let's have a look. Ruth, Kay, Lisa Post, Miguel. So I'm just scrolling up. Sorry if I miss you guys. Steve, Brandy, and Dave. Some guy called RobFuz. Grace was in the chat before. I think I did see the man, the myth, the legend, the Arjons. Yes, I did.
He was driving to Magic Kingdom for Resort. It was on as I love it that Josh did say we're the pre-show for their show. We're the pre-show. I love it. For Resort TV One, it's an honor.
I like the pre-show. We'll take the opening act. Mayra Kids, Finding Neverland, New World Travel Monkeys,
who were actually in my hometown last week, which is awesome.
Hey, get that. David Patrick, Dougie from Walter Grams,
Shep family are here.
Captain Akron, Shep family. I think I've covered everyone. It's a good crowd that's in the house tonight. If I've missed anyone, Mouse Talk have just popped up as well.
Hey, Walt.
Thank you so much for making me the featured channel on Mouse Talk. You're awesome, Walt. Definitely check out Mouse Talk. Check out all these channels, guys. If you have a channel, please put your link down below. Check out everyone. You know I'm a big supporter. Check out my power channels and the links too. A lot of the links are in there.
Did I say Disney Circus Girl as well? I'm not sure if I did, but I think I've covered everyone now. So apologies if I missed anyone. Cool.
Welcome, guys. Welcome for the support. And guys, while you're all here, next week, Shark Week, RobFuz.com. The schedule will be there. A lot of fun. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're going to do some live streams, some videos. Dan's going to do a video. So another plug for Shark Week 2, The Revenge. We did one last week. If you want, go check it out. There's a Shark Week playlist on my channel. Go see all the cool stuff we did for Shark Week last time. We're going to do the sequels, Jaws sequels. We're going to do one on other Shark related movies we're gonna do on there. We're gonna
other movies that were inspired by Jaws, I guess.
Inspired, We're gonna do a mega hangout. I'm gonna invite everyone who wants to talk about Jaws. We're gonna have fun. Is
that a pun? The Meg Hangout, or
we want the Meg to talk about the Meg too. I don't know.
Yeah, we need the Meg.
She's busy, so we're gonna try to get her in here. And I did a thing from the New York Aquarium. I took my mirrorless camera, my GoPro, and the Osmo Pocket. I filmed 2 hours of footage. I'm going to knock it down probably about a half hour. And that's going to premiere on Monday, 9:00 p.m. Eastern time, right after Steve's stream. That's when it's going to kick out. So kick off. That's when Shark Week 2, The Revenge. And I can't wait to talk about the Jaws sequels. I can't wait to hear what this guy right here has to say. We haven't really talked about it per se. I don't know why he loves Jaws 4, but we're going to find out.
Oh, it's a masterpiece of disappointment.
It's a masterpiece.
I'll tell you what, though. I'll be honest with you. I'm very down on the Jaws sequels. I'm going to tell it right off the bat. But I'll tell you what. I'm watching Jaws 2, and even Dan said to me, "Oh, Jaws 2 is good." And
it's not bad.
It is. Jaws 2 is. Do you know what? In fact, I think as a kid,
we're going to talk about it next week.
Yeah, we're spoiling it. Gosh, Adam.
But so far, I'm not disappointed watching it. So that's all. Yeah, I'm gonna stop you there, Adam. We're gonna talk about it next week. So if you guys want to see that, I believe it's Tuesday at what do we say? Like 6 o'clock. We're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
6 p.m.
Whenever I'm drunk enough to talk about it.
I heard you got a new keg too, Adam. Is that true?
I do have a new keg.
Oh,
there it is.
Nice. How did I forget?
There it is. Oh, I missed you, buddy. So yeah, I actually I took a bunch of kegs to download this year.
Bunch of kegs.
Because in years gone by, I've taken case after case after case of cans of beer. The problem is you keep them in your tent, and when the sun comes up, it turns your tent into a bit of an oven. And there's nothing worse than drinking warm beers. The kegs just stay beautifully cold for some reason, and I mean probably because you drink them quicker. Like there was 2 of us drinking kegs, and sometimes we'd pass a beer out to someone else if they wanted one. Other people had ciders and stuff like that, but so the 2 of us were just plowing through the kegs. They hold about 11 or 12 pints each, so we were plowing through the kegs in no time. So they weren't there long enough to go warm. So we took a bunch of kegs. Next year we're going to take more because we ran out too soon. So but yes, I do have the keg of cider here ready for future pub talks next week.
Nice. All right, guys, let's start this list. We're going to go a little over an hour. Resort TV 1, 6 o'clock. We're the pre-show for Resort TV 1. Thanks, Josh. That's awesome. LSU mom in the house. Welcome, everyone. Alex, welcome. If you guys haven't subscribed to this channel,
welcome, guys.
Please subscribe. Please hit that bell. Thank you guys so much. Adam, I'm going to give it to you. We're going to do our top 5 summer blockbusters of all time, growing up over the years. It was a very hard list to make, by the way. I'll talk about when I get to my list, but I'm going to start off with Adam.
You're going to start off with me. Okay, so do you know what? I had to start trawling through summer blockbuster movies because some of them you forget when they're actually released. But this one did come up in conversation the other day, and it is a great film. It was released in 1996. It has Will Smith in it. It has Jeff Goldblum in it. It has a bunch of aliens in it. It is Independence Day, 1996.
Nice.
It's just a great film. It's got some great comedy in it. It's got some great action sequences. It's got a drunk guy who is a drunk crop pilot, I believe. Yeah, crop plane pilot. And it's just, I thoroughly enjoy it. There are some moments of ridiculousness in it, but you get that in a lot of films anyway. The sequel was slightly disappointing, but no, just the first movie as a standalone, loved it. Can't say enough good things about it. So Independence Day 1996 is my number 5 choice.
That is on my honorable mention.
I'm working backwards 5 to 1. So yeah.
Mr. Dan, let's do it.
Well, I don't have so you know me, guys. I always try and go a little bit off piece. I don't choose the obvious answers. I like to choose some little bit different ones, some that are weird, some that are wacky. And for once, I don't have a ranking. I just have 5 movies that are blockbusters. There's no 5 to 1 for me. My first one, well, in 2015, there was 2 movies in that whole year which I loved. The first one, Star Wars The Force Awakens, but that was released in December.
Mm-hmm.
But the one movie that was released at the summer that was so good was directed by George Miller called Mad Max Fury Road. Dude, this movie is just jaw-dropping. I've never seen a Mad Max film before, but I watched this movie and I was just jaw-dropped by the special effects, the stunts, just everything about it was an incredible film. It has Tom Hardy in it as Max, Charlize Theron, Nicholas Hoult, and it won a load of awards at the Oscars.
It was represented very well at the Oscars.
Yeah.
I remember
It
that.
won Best Achieving in Film Editing, Best Achieving in Costume Design, Hair and Makeup, Sound Mixing, Sound Editing, Product Design. Like, all of these were winners just at the Oscars. They won 6 Oscars, and it's by far one of the most underrated summer blockbusters, in my opinion. Even though it was only released 4 years ago, one of the best films, action, crazy madness films. There's a guy playing the guitar that shoots fire out of the top of it.
Wow. I remember that. I remember that.
On top of a truck.
I watched this movie as part of, for anyone, obviously the regulars in the pub will know that we did the Oscars themed pub talks back in January and February. And as part of my list leading up to the Oscars that year, I did watch that film. And yes, I agree. It was a stellar cast, and it was, some of what you see in it is amazing. It's so aesthetically, visually pleasing. It's great. I just didn't like the storyline. The storyline was what flopped on that film for me, because it was a case of, we need to get out of here and we need to go. And they're like,
turning back around and going back again.
Yeah, that's basically it. It's a massive chase.
But I don't think
that leads to ultimate disappointment.
You're right, but I think this is one of the only few times in a movie where story becomes second, and you're literally there to see the stunts. You're there to see the visuals. You're to see the scope of this world, because you have no idea what all of this. There's no CGI in this movie. It's all it's all the real deal. You got cars blowing up. You got cars doing flips. Everybody's like doing pole vaults into cars and beating the beep out of each other. Like, it is a great, just visually stunning movie. Story, it's not the best story in the world, but
it's not even a story.
It's not even a story. Blowing up and Tom Hardy go, it's great. It's great. Guys, go see Mad Max Fury Road.
I've never seen it.
I saw lots of people going at download last week.
It's such a good movie, and that's why I put it on my list.
Yeah, no, it is to watch. It's entertaining. It's just the story let it down for me. But yeah, I can see exactly what you picked it. I mean, it did do fantastic at the Oscars, and it's a good watch. It was only at the end when I was disappointed. I was like, really? Because obviously I was following the story as well. But obviously to watch as a whole, as a spectacle, yeah, I can see exactly why you picked it. Good choice.
Yep.
Awesome pick. Well, it's funny because Dan did pick all my, except one, and you probably would never pick this one, believe it or not. But this one you picked. So my number 5, I guess it's not in, I don't know, to put any of these movies on my top 5 or my honorable mention list. They're all amazing movies. Like, so really, to pick a top 5 in the order, it would be very difficult. But my number 5, not necessarily in order, is Back to the Future. So of course Dan picked it. He got it right. It's just an amazing. 2 burps sponsored by D&G Explorers. Thanks, guys. 3 burps. I'm sorry, burping from drinking here. But Back to the Future is. I know, I just coming out. Back to the Future is just an amazing movie. At the time, it's innovative. I love the ride. I love the movies. I love the sequels. 3 not as much, but 1 and 2 were just amazing movies. Just just the music. Zemeckis, Spielberg. It just come on. You just did a huge reunion recently at the MegaCon. So just an amazing movie. There's not much more I could say about it. Just I just love it. It holds a big spot in my heart. I definitely saw it at least 3 times in the theater. And it's another thing too. These summer blockbusters as a kid too. Unfortunately with kids, I don't really get to go, and married and adult life, I don't really get to go to the movies as much anymore, let alone going to see a movie more than once in the movie theater. But as a kid growing up and everything, a lot of these movies hold a special place in my heart. And I definitely saw Back to the Future many times. I've probably seen the movie about 20 times over the year, and I just love it. It's a great movie. I've probably seen these top 5 movies at least 20 times each. That's I think that's what put it in my top 5. I've seen them like 20 times. So
Nice.
1.21 gigawatts.
so many cool lines, such a great cast. So cool. So many great lines in that movie. It's just such a cool movie. And I always pretended, like as a kid too, pretending to be like going back to the future and being Michael J. Fox and everything. And he was such a big TV star. He was just even a bigger movie star getting in Back to the Future. He had to do it on his from Family Ties. I love that show. And he had to go between filming Family Ties. He made Back to the Future. So
yeah,
I forgot to take Adam. Hold on a sec.
One of my favorite lines is, when this baby reaches 88 miles an hour, you're gonna see some serious. Great.
He's great. I love Christopher Lloyd. Is amazing. I loved him in Taxi. He's just so great in this movie. It's Jim. He's just so great in this movie.
Good.
Go ahead, Adam.
Number 4. Okay, so bear me 1 second. Okay, my number 4. It was released in 1985. Just a hell of an adventure. Just hey, you guys.
That's the same year as Back to the Future.
It's The Goonies. The Goonies is such an adventure. That was released in the summer of 1985. Again, it's got a great a great cast. Some of which never really went on to do anything else, but some have obviously had great long careers since then.
Thanos is in that movie.
yes, he is. But yeah, no, just in terms of adventure, in terms of, I think, obviously, any of us that sort of grew up in the 70s or in the 80s, were fortunate enough to have imaginations before games consoles and, could go on adventures. But once you saw this movie, that was the adventure you wanted to have. Like, it was great. I don't know. I remember playing out with all my friends when I was a kid growing up, and once you saw that movie, that was it. Everyone wanted to be a Goonie. It was so much fun. So yeah,
Spielberg movie again.
Yes, great movie. So yeah.
It was in my top 5 list at one point while I was making this. This list took me about 10 seconds to make. It's so funny, but that is in my honorable mention list. It's such a great movie. I don't know if you ever watched the DVD with the commentary. They came back like 20 years later as adults and they talked about the movie. If you haven't seen it,
no, I need to see that though. That was
very cool. It's on and they never gave that movie much love. It was never really on a pedestal. But yeah, it's definitely the ultimate summer movie. It kind of takes place. Well, it doesn't really take place in summer because I think it's kind of in the fall that takes place. But still,
no, but it was released in the summer. Yeah, it was released.
Right, it was definitely released in the summer. I've seen that movie 3 times in the theater too. But that's a great pick. I love it. So I just love that movie. I think we should do a Goonies stream. I'll be honest with you, a whole thing dedicated to the Goonies.
I might have to watch it first.
Oh, you've never
seen the Goonies?
Oh, wow.
Oh, get out!
It's a great movie. I don't know. I don't know if does it stand the test of time, Adam. I don't know.
Yes, yeah, I think it does. Aren't they still working on Goonies 2? Is that still in the pipeline? I know they were talking about getting all of the cast back together. Well, as many as they possibly could, anyway, back together to do Goonies 2.
The lady died, right?
Yeah, I think she did. Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I think the rest of the cast are all meant to be.
Died too. That guy died.
Possibly. I'd have to double check that.
I think he's died too.
Yeah, but yeah, it's such a great film. Dan, I would highly recommend it if you've not seen it. And I really hope Goonies 2 does get made, even though I don't anticipate it being anywhere near as good as Goonies, the Goonies, the original. It was just, I'd be intrigued to know what they do with, if they're getting all of the cast back together. I'd be intrigued to know what they do, and hopefully it wouldn't ruin the love of the original great film. So
it's great too. The Cyndi Lauper song, "Goonies" are good. When you're a kid, it's a great song, and the wrestlers. She was involved with all those wrestlers, and they made the music video.
Yeah,
and it was so funny that when they went to make the DVD, they lost the footage. They don't even know where the video was. So I think someone recorded it or something, and this is a true story, and they showed it, and it was like a mini movie. There's extra scenes, and they used the sets and everything. And It was like a 2-part music video too, believe it or not. That was when MTV was huge. And I ran home from school to see part 1 and part 2. It was so cool. So the music video was cool.
I think people are slowly ripping on me that I've never seen it.
Yeah,
Corey was like,
right,
what? The Goonies is better than Star Wars.
I do have a Goonies shirt, by the way. I do have a Goonies shirt. So
Goonies never say die.
Speaking of which, Corey Meets World is here, as well as It's Joey's World. And
welcome, Corey, and welcome. It's Joey's World. Hey, Joey, you always ask about this, buddy, when I see you in the streams. Joey. Yes, the keg is back, Joey. That's just for you. So,
but I'm sorry if I haven't seen Goonies. I'm sorry.
Double OJ. Definitely check out Joey's video. So good. I was so jealous he got to go to that.
Also, very, very quickly, congrats on Corey for reaching 9K.
Yes, congrats, Corey. Well done, man.
Yeah, it was awesome, Corey. I did a little boost there too. He thanked me. You're welcome, Corey. It was awesome. All right, Dan, number 4. Go for it.
Okay, this one is for Dougie out there. Okay. So back in 2004, a little director called Alfonso Cuarón, who directed a little film called Roma last year, directed my favorite Harry Potter movie, and that is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I don't tend to talk a lot about Harry Potter. It's not my favorite franchise in the world, but by far, this is my favorite out of all of the Harry Potter movies. I think it is so different compared to the first 2. I think it really holds its own as a great movie. It's very dark. It explores new kind of dark tones to the franchise. It introduces new things. And it's a great kind of start to what will lead to the end of the franchise. So this was released in 2004. It had 2 Oscar nominations with music written for motion picture as well as visual effects. It won 17 awards around the world. And, look, it's just for me, the Chamber of Secrets and Philosopher's / Sorcerer's Stone is like here. Prisoner of Azkaban just jumps way, way past because it's just a really great film. There's a great twist near the end of the movie. But guys, if most people have seen the Harry Potter movies or read the books, you'll know the twist. I really genuinely, if I was to do a Harry Potter ranking, this would be on top of my list. And the more I watch this movie, the more I start to enjoy it even more. You got great performances by Gary Oldman, who guest stars as Sirius Black. You have just so many great actors supporting these young actors themselves. So yeah, it was a great movie.
That one's a summer movie, right?
This is a summer movie, yeah.
And most of the Harry Potters are Thanksgiving movies, right?
Yep, most of the Harry Potters were Thanksgiving, apart from this one, which was actually released in the summer.
Right. Okay.
Which was very, very interesting. So that's why I really enjoyed Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Again, I'm choosing different picks. It's ones that kind of go a little bit under the radar. So that's my pick. There we go.
It's a great choice. Good choice. So just posting some channels here. If you guys want to post your channels, you're more than welcome. I'm adding them there. So definitely check out all these channels I'm posting. So just shout out Joey's World, Streaming the Magic. Thank you so much for your support. Always coming to see me. So I appreciate it. So my number 4, Dan did not get. It's the only one he didn't get. He got all of them but this one. So
I'm intrigued.
What?
I'm intrigued.
You're intrigued. So
yeah.
All right. So this movie holds a very, very, very special part in my heart. So I was in high school when it came out, and I was a big John Hughes fan. So I love a lot of the John Hughes movies over the years and everything. And this movie came out, and I'll never forget, I went to go see the sneak preview. They don't really do that much anymore, do they? The sneak previews, like a week before it comes out or 2 weeks before they come out. They really don't do that anymore. But I love this. I saw this movie 2 weeks before it came out. Wasn't really big, unknown. I don't even know if you would classify this as a blockbuster, but this is one of my favorite summer movies. So the movie is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And I went to the preview. I saw it. I just loved the movie. It was so good. I loved it so much. I went back opening night, and I saw it opening night 2 weeks later. And I loved it so much end of the summer, like the last week it was available. I saw it the last week it was available too. So I saw it that right in that first summer, 3 times when it came out. I just love it. I'll never forget. The soundtrack was amazing. They just recently released the soundtrack like a year or two ago. They never ever released the soundtrack, and they just finally released it because the soundtrack's so good. And John Hughes has amazing soundtracks. And it's just an amazing movie. I'll never forget. I got a free poster. I got a free 45 for it, like a record 45, a little mini poster. I might have or might not have commandeered a movie poster from the wall, and I just loved it. It was on it, if you want to read between the lines there. And I hung it up in my room. Save Ferris. I love that movie. I had the poster on my wall forever, and it's just great. And it's just one of my favorite summer movies. So. Number 4 pick is Ferris Bueller. Did you see Ferris Bueller's Day Off, guys? Have you seen that movie?
Of course.
Okay. Yeah.
Of
I
course.
just love it. A lot of great movies. Really cool.
Bueller. Great movie.
Adam,
Really
you seen it, right?
Yes, I have seen it. Yes, a long time ago though.
I love the way our lists are so different too. It's so cool.
Yeah.
So that's my number 4 pick. Mr. Adam, number 3.
Number three was released on June the 16th in 1978, and it's
the date. It's so great.
It's held a very special place in my heart for years. It was probably, it's not the first, but certainly one of the first movies I fell in love with from maybe the age of 6 years old onwards. Awesome. It set a record gross at the box office in its first 19 days of just over $40 million, which in 1978 was pretty good, I think. Its soundtrack was that's probably the second best-selling album of the year in the United States that year, and it's a musical. It's Grease.
Wow!
Wow! Did not expect that coming from you.
Yeah, Grease is one of my all-time favorite films, man.
It is a great movie.
I think it's a fantastic film, and I think part of my love for it when I was such a young kid was me and my cousin were inseparable at the time. My cousin was like maybe 3-4 years older than me, but as kids growing up, we were inseparable. My cousin actually growing up was the spit of John Travolta, all the way down to the dimple in his chin. It was crazy. And so we sort of, we started doing this goofy stuff as we would do as kids, like, sort of riding around on our bikes outside and stuff. And one day he turned up with his little leather jacket on, and he was like, "I'm a T-bird," and I was like, "What's a T-bird?" That sounds cool. Yeah. And so he showed me Grease, and so it was him that introduced me to it, and yeah, I just loved it from that moment on. I was always Kaneki, obviously.
In a million years, I would never pick you as a Grease fan, but that's awesome.
Yeah,
I love this. I love her.
Love that film. Love that.
Great pick. As a kid, that movie.
Is there... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, as a kid, that movie was everywhere. Yeah, it's huge.
Is there like a heavy metal version called Greasy?
No, but now I might make that. That's going to be my next project.
I'll tell you what, I love Grease too. Not a good movie at any point, but I love it. Great movie.
Yeah, Grease 2 is okay, but obviously it does not hold a candle.
No, it's not a great movie, but I love it because I just love it. So
good pick.
Great pick. Very good, Adam.
Thank you.
Dan, I can't wait for Dan. I love both your lists so far.
I'm going to link this in with a comment that was said about 5 minutes ago from Corey saying that I looked like I was on a space station. My movie is one of the best sci-fi movies of all time. Released in 1979 on a space station, directed by Ridley Scott. Originally, rest in peace, was in The Great Movie Ride.
Yes.
Alien.
Yes.
This is not only one of the best sci-fi movies of all time, but one of the best horror movies of all time. In space, no one can hear you scream. That tagline is just, it's great. And I think I could really be honest with you. I could think of maybe 3-4 other movies that I would say are perfect movies. And one of them is Alien. I think Alien is one of the most perfect films ever made. It just was groundbreaking. Everything about it was groundbreaking. You got Sigourney Weaver as Ripley. John Hurt was in it as Kane. It won an Oscar for Best Visual Effects. And then it also won 16 other awards around the world. This movie is so when it comes to Halloween season, normally I go with the things like the Hocus Pocus and the Night Before Christmas and stuff like that. But if I really want to watch something Halloween scary, I actually watch Alien because it is scary. It is thrilling. You have no idea when the xenomorph is going to get you. And I love the scene with the chest burst scene where all the actors didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
So you get that reaction from them that they never knew what was happening. They didn't know what to expect. So by far, Alien had to be on my list because it is a classic. And you could put it up against the other sci-fi movies of all time. For me, as a franchise, it's the second best sci-fi franchise I think ever made, in my opinion. After another one that we'll probably talk about a little later.
Yeah,
nice.
So I chose
Great pick. I'm not a huge Alien fan. I know you're not going to like that answer, and I haven't seen it in a long time. I haven't seen it.
Wait, if you love how much I love Jaws: The Revenge, just wait till I talk about Alien Resurrection. Dude, Alien 4.
Alien Resurrection's my favorite, believe it or not. That's my favorite. I love it. It's great. Not a good movie by any means.
It's terrible.
It's not a good movie. I like it though.
Oh, we've got to do it.
I like Alien 3 too, believe it or not. I really like
what? You know what? People either love or hate Alien 3, and I love Alien 3.
Alien 3 is just way different. But I love it.
It is different.
Now, maybe Alien 3 is my favorite, yeah. But Alien Resurrection, maybe I don't like that. Maybe I made a mistake. It's been a while since I've seen them all. But I've seen
Aliens is my favorite, I think. So.
Oh, Aliens is great. I think Alien and Aliens, amazing. The one scene in Aliens where she's in the thing, the mech suit, and the xenomorph has her daughter, and she says, "Get away from her, you!" Like it's just it's great. Like
I thought of them instantly.
It's great. So I had to put Alien on my list. It was a must.
That's great. It's Joey's World says.
You've never seen Aliens?
Yeah, it's Joey's World says Aliens was one of the was the best one for us. So Zippity Doodad, I've never seen Aliens. Wow,
come on,
there you go. So
Goonies, you've never seen Aliens.
Disney World Freak says Superman 2, 19th of June, 1981. And there was a lot of love for Grease in the chat as well. So quite a few people. Although Ruth said she don't think she's ever seen Grease, even though she does have the soundtrack. Brandy and Dave say love Grease. It's Joey's World says Grease is the word. Yes. Yeah. And Lisa and Grace both say Grease as well. So yeah, cool.
Dun, 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 dun,
nice.
Dun, 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 dun.
If you say Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, I'm leaving.
Come on. How could you not know? What?
If you say Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, I'm leaving.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Was that a summer movie? I guess it was.
It was.
But come on. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
It is.
Amazing movie. Unbelievable. I love that movie. I bootlegged the movie and we watched it in the 8th grade. My entire 8th grade watched it in the auditorium. I was a legend for that. In the 8th grade is a long time ago, but I know that maybe I shouldn't tell that story, but but I love that movie. It's so good. So many great lines, so much adventure, so much action. That's what, that growing up, I guess, as Spielberg was a kid and all that kind of stuff. Was Spielberg, Lucas, they collaborated on together, right?
Yes.
Together. And I just love John Williams. I love the soundtrack. If you notice, John Williams probably, except for Ferris Bueller Days Off, did all my top 5 here. It's just a great movie. Come on, what else can you say about Indiana Jones? I'm sure you've all seen it.
Great movie.
I love it. It's unbelievable.
I feel like it's one of those movies where if you choose it out of if you have all your Blu-rays on your shelf and you pick up Raiders, you're not going to be bored. You're going to have a great time. You can watch it any time of the year, any day of the week, any time of the day. You're going to have a great time regardless because it's such a good movie. Every time it comes on TV, like on wherever, I have to watch it. And I tell my parents, do not change the channel. Whatever you do, do not change the channel. I want to see that Nazi who gets his face melted. I want to see it. so you better not turn it over to crappy TV. So you're right, dude. Raiders of the Lost Ark, man, is a brilliant movie.
Great movie. Adam, any words on Raiders?
I do love Raiders. It's been a long time since I've watched it, but yeah, I like all the Indiana Jones films except for the very ending of the last one that they did, where it just got ridiculous.
But you liked Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
I liked it up until the ending. I was fine with it, and then all of a sudden, it was just like oh, it's a pyramid. Oh wait, it's a spaceship, and it just took off, and I was just like, really? Yeah, I was done at that point.
Indy got nuked and survived. He survived a nuclear explosion.
Maybe I went to the bathroom at that bit. I don't remember that bit. but yeah, no. Generally, overall,
Indy went to the Portaloo and survived a nuclear bomb.
Okay, yeah, that's a bit daft as well. The last film is daft. The last film is daft. But yeah, generally, all of Indiana Jones as a franchise, I'm a fan of. But yes, Raiders, great movie. Great movie. The best movie of the whole franchise by far.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Definitely. All right, go ahead, Adam. What's your number 2, I guess?
Number 2, 1975. We have discussed it in PubTalk before. It's a Spielberg movie. It's the movie that made Spielberg. It's the movie that made the summer blockbuster become a thing.
First summer blockbuster.
The first ever summer blockbuster is Jaws.
Yes.
So, yes. It's
the best part. We talked about Jaws so much, and we're talking about it again next week. We love it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not going to say too much about it. I don't think I'd need to say too much about it.
Yeah.
It's it's just it ticks every box. It's the movie that got Spielberg's career completely off the ground. It's obviously it wasn't without difficulty. I believe it's the movie as well. Wasn't that the movie where he first captured a shooting star, and now he gets one included in almost every single film he makes? I think he shot that by accident. I think it was in Jaws. I could be wrong. Maybe it was
again.
Sorry,
what was that again? I missed it.
You get like the shooting star of the comet going across the sky, on the scene where they're out. It's nighttime on the boat, and I know it's become a thing with Spielberg, that he includes it in almost all of his movies. It's a signature thing of his now. But I think Jaws was the first one where he accidentally captured it, and that's where it became a thing. So I could stand corrected on that, but that's my belief. But Jaws, just overall love it. It's of any shark film, and I've always been kind of we'll talk about it more next week. But what I will say is, of any shark film that has ever been, they've always tried to stand up to Jaws, and no shark film ever can. It was the one that kind of, it was the one that set the barrier, set the bar, and no one's ever gone past that bar yet. So,
Dan.
Well, commenting on that last one, I mean, it's Jaws. I mean, that is summer blockbuster right there. That's the definition of summer blockbuster. So we will obviously talk about that next week. Number 2. So everybody has heard my American accent. So when I do this different accent, please don't. I'm actually drinking water right now. Don't rip me on this accent. But this next movie came out in 1991. And it went like this. Da-da, 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 da-da. Hasta la vista, baby. The best action movie of all time, Terminator 2, Judgment Day. This, I am not even kidding you, this is the best action film ever made. You got Arnold Schwarzenegger, and just like this was at his prime when he was still jacked. You have James Cameron directing this. It's just amazing. You got the Terminator 3000 model, which is like indestructible. Like one of the best scenes I've ever seen was when he was on the phone mimicking like the parents, and he has like his arm through the mum's skull. Like it's just a phenomenal phenomenal movie. It's a proper cat and mouse chase. With Arnold. Linda Hamilton plays Sarah Connor. The T-1000 is just one of the best villains I think ever, especially in a 90s movie. It won 4 Oscars, which was in Best Sound, not the sound that I just did, Best Effects, Sound Effects, Best Visual Effects, and Best Makeup. This movie was just phenomenal. I really genuinely believe, in terms of action films, if there's anything to really summarize 90s action films, it's Terminator 2 Judgment Day. You have the first one, which again is a classic, but you have the next step where it just goes far beyond what it is. And the final scene where you see Arnold with the thumbs up when he gets melted at the end is just great. It is such a great movie. I can, if anybody hasn't seen Terminator 2, it's a must. It really is a must. And
the first one, definitely.
The first one is incredible. That's when he does his first "I'll be back." That was terrible. But the Terminator 2 is in my opinion, way better. And there's only one other film that Arnold does that is just as good, and that's Predator. But Terminator 2 had to be on my list. You guys got to see it. It's phenomenal.
Great pick.
Great pick. Yeah, great pick.
Well, my number 2, come on. Number 2, Star Wars. Come on. How could that not be? That was another early blockbuster. That was the first movie that did merchandising. It's Star Wars. Come on. We've talked about Star Wars 5,000 times on this show and on my channel, but love Star Wars. How could I not put Star Wars on my list? So, any of the Star Wars movies, but, the first Star Wars movie was just amazing. I didn't even see the first one in the theater when it first came out. I saw it, years later. I saw it on video and stuff. I was really young, and I've seen the re-releases at least 2-3 times over the years, but great movie. Definitely another great, just a great summer movie. So,
well, again, like Jaws, this was the summer blockbuster movie, wasn't it? This was it. And what more can you say about Star Wars? Like, it is probably the most successful franchise of all time, going back 40 years. It's Star Wars, dude. It's amazing.
I love Kay's like, what is better than Star Wars? I'm going to say it, because don't forget, summer is the key word in our list.
Yes.
Yeah. Lord of the Rings was not released in the summer, so I don't believe it was released. I think it was.
I didn't think. Yeah. Speaking of not released in the summer,
I didn't see any.
Before, I didn't think Back to the Future was released in the summer.
Back to the Future was. Back to the Future was.
See, when I googled that, it said December, so I was like, oh. So yeah.
I thought it released in the summer. Hey ho, roughly summer blockbuster.
Roughly summer, yeah. That good old Christmas.
Because winter and summer are very close together. It's only a couple months.
I looked it up on Google. Release date July 3rd, 1985.
Yep.
So.
Oh, cool. Maybe I was looking at a different Back to the Future.
And it's all over all the lists.
It could have been 2 or 3, maybe, or something. So.
I think. So. What's weird? I believe 2 was a summer movie, and then. Did they release 3 at Thanksgiving? They might have did something. They filmed them at the same time.
Yeah.
Shep just says Star Wars wasn't released in the summer. I thought it was released in the summer.
I thought it was. So. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I have other ways to put it on there. So.
Was it released in the summer?
Well, I'm just saying the franchise, like Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. Some of those movies were in the summer, anyways.
Yeah. Kay was putting some of the dates up before earlier in the chat, and I think some of them were in May. So I mean, May is just kind of that.
May's a summer movie.
Yeah, spring into summer. So
hey, look, Avengers was released in May, and that's the summer.
The original was May 25th, 1977. Kay said earlier.
Okay.
And then she followed that up with, I'm sure she...
Empire, Return of the Jedi, Phantom Menace, Revenge of the Sith. All those movies were in
Empire Strikes Back was May 20th. So
I consider that a summer movie.
Look, Avengers was released on May 11th, and that is considered a summer movie. Yeah. So
okay. Yeah. All right, go ahead. Number 1 there, Adam.
Number one. This is going to be a complete curveball to everyone because I put out classics, and then I'm actually giving out one of my favorite films of all time, which is not a classic by any stretch. But it's just one that makes me very, very happy. I watch it time and again. And the reason it makes me very happy was apart from the summer of 2009, which is the summer that Ebony was born, the summer of 2001 was the best summer of my life. I went abroad to live and work in America for 3.5 months, living in New Jersey and a bit of time in New York as well. I had a great time, and I went to see several movies over the summer while I was out there. I went to see what came out that year: Tomb Raider, The Others, Jeepers Creepers, Jurassic Park 3, Legally Blonde. Yeah, just a bunch of other movies that I had a great time watching. Jane Silent Bob Strike Back, and there was a lot of others. But the one that always gives me the best memory, because the cinema or the movie theater, whatever you want to call it, was absolutely packed out. There was not a spare seat in the place, and the place was holding their sides, laughing like throughout the whole thing. And it just kind of reminded me of crazy university life. All the best parts of uni was American Pie 2. That was, yeah, believe it or not, yeah, American Pie 2. That it was just it. I loved watching it. I didn't stop laughing throughout. And it always makes me smile now when I watch it still. So it's probably it's one of my favorite movies of all time, even though it's not a classic by any stretch. There you go. So American Pie 2. So the summer of 2001. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah. What's not to love about it? It's just
it's a great
pure comedy.
And we're running out of time.
Pure comedy and a great
Can I just say all of Adam's picks were like classics, and when he reads them off in a second, the number one is going to be American Pie 2, and I love it. I love it.
American Pie 2 is probably in my top 3 favorite movies of all time.
I love it. I love it. I love
great
it.
Soundtrack too.
Yeah.
Oh God, dude, that was an amazing pick. My number one, when you said 2009, I was going to slowly start gonna go crazy because you were so close to my pick. Because my pick, my number one pick
was 2001.
My number one pick was released in 2008, and I don't care what anybody says. This is the best superhero movie of all time, and it's the only time DC has topped Marvel. Now, don't forget, Iron Man was released in the same year. But the best superhero movie of all time is The Dark Knight. This is a phenomenal movie. This, there are so many great villains in theater, in cinema, but Heath Ledger's Joker steals it. He is a phenomenal actor. And I've never seen an actor go that far with a character, and it was a shame, a real big loss for Hollywood seeing him go straight after the movie. But regardless of that, The Dark Knight is just moment after moment after moment. There is perfect 3 acts in this movie. It won 2 Oscars, Best Supporting Role, of course, to Heath Ledger, as well as best sound editing. I mean, Christopher Nolan is a genius because Batman Begins was phenomenal. And then you got The Dark Knight, which just tops it. And it's just amazing. It really is. Best superhero movie of all time, by far. And one of my favorite movies of all time, The Dark Knight.
Great pick. Great pick. Well, my number one, keep in mind, this is summer movies. And of course, like I said, my top 5, not really in any order from what I like or don't dislike, whatever, less or more. But of course, number 1, I watch it every summer. We talk about it all the time. My number 1 is Jaws, of course. And of course, we're going to talk about it next week. So I'm not going to talk about it much, but just a great movie. I love watching it. This is about the time I get the itch to watch it. So I am watching all the Jaws movies this week, too. It's pretty cool. I'm excited. I'm watching everything. But of course, Jaws, I'm going to have to put a number 1. So.
Is this the only movie as well that one of us have kind of picked the same as someone else?
Yep.
It's amazing.
Yep. So, yeah.
And then I'm going to go over my honorable mention list. If I had like a top 10, E.T. is definitely in the top 10. Jurassic Park, The Goonies is in my top 10. I had that on my list of eventually. Finding Nemo is incredible.
Yep. Wait. Finding Nemo.
There it is.
Yeah, Finding Francis from Deadpool.
Nice. Hold on. Let me get that shot. There we go. And funny thing, my funny movie I put on here was Airplane, the movie Airplane. I don't know if you guys ever
Great
saw it.
movie.
Great movie.
Great movie.
I'll never
Great
forget.
comedy.
My aunt took us. Probably not a good thing for it's a pretty risque movie, but I'll never forget laughing so hard I fell out of my chair. So that's how great of a movie it is. So
That is a great movie.
and of course, all these movies are great. Here's Incredibles 2, Die Hard, Guardians of the Galaxy, Toy Story 3, Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yes.
Forrest Gump is celebrating its 25th anniversary. You can go see it this week. It's actually in the theaters. Forrest Gump, Ghostbusters, the original Batman, Top Gun, Lion King, and Independence Day. I have that too on my honorable mention list. But all those movies are just incredible movies. So
nice. I only put 3 down on my honorable mentions list. Jurassic Park, 1993. Apollo 13, 1995.
Great movie.
Love that movie. Again, that's one where if I see it on, I will drop everything I'm doing and watch that. And The Karate Kid, 1984.
Oh.
I love the whole franchise, but The Karate Kid, love.
Cobra Kai.
Yes.
My honorable mentions were, I got a lot: Jaws, E.T., Finding Nemo, Up, Iron Man, Wall-E, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, Star Wars, Speed with Keanu Reeves from 1994, Ratatouille, Aliens, Avengers, Empire Strikes Back, Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, The Iron Giant, Raiders, Guardians of the Galaxy, X-Men Days of Future Past, Jurassic Park, and Blade Runner are my honorable mentions.
Nice. You guys put a lot of honorables down. I only put 3 down, but yeah. There. I mean, some of the movies you've listed there, yes, I completely agree with, and would have put on my list.
I could have had way more than 10 if I needed to.
Yeah.
I could put more too.
Yeah. So
I love this topic.
Great picks, guys. Great picks. Yeah. I mean, and this is just summer blockbusters. I mean, I want to do. Rob's been talking about me doing a pub talk over on Adam's Land channel for a while, and I want to kind of release the shackles of summer and start going best and worst movies of all time.
Can we do like January movies because they're all terrible?
I just want to release the shackles and go best and worst. But yes, we can do a January one if you want. At some point. I'm sure we'll find some.
Bye, man.
They always put like bad movies or movies that they release limited that's Academy Award worthy. They'll put them there too. So it's gonna be really weird. But I know what you mean by January movies. So definitely check out. We're gonna wrap it up here, guys. So definitely check out Adam's Land, his daughter's Ebony's little channel. I just put the 2 links for Adam and Dan in there.
Thank you, buddy.
And, definitely check out Disney Dan, awesome channels. And don't forget, next week is Shark Week on this channel. I'm doing 5 different episodes. One of them is on Dan's channel, so definitely check it out. All kicks off Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's a premiere. It's not a live stream. Then I think this is generally what we're going to do Tuesday. Pub Talk's going to be about Jaws sequels. It's going to be 6 p.m. on Tuesday, June 25th. Wednesday, we're going to be over at Dan's channel. 4 o'clock, Disney Sharks. It's going to be fun. Thursday, we're going to do a mega hangout. A lot of people are going to be invited. You know how I do the mega hangouts. If you guys want to be involved, let me know. Send me a message. That's at 6 o'clock on Thursday, June 27th. The mega hangout. We're going to be talking Jaws. So it's going to be fun, exciting, and we're going to close out the week. Friday, June 28th, this time, 1 week from today, 4 o'clock, we're going to be shark-inspired movies. So that's going to be exciting. So that's the Shark Week schedule. It's going to be on RobFuz.com. It's going to be on all the different videos for Shark Week too, all the schedule and everything. So it's going to be so cool. So excited. Don't forget, check out Adam's Land and Ebony's channel. Awesome channels. Disney Dan. That's his channel.
Just a shout out to Lisa Post, who's one of our moderators and always supports the Pub Talk. She's only 3 away from 600, so let's get her to 600.
Lisa.
Well. So
I just want to say, thank you to all the moderators as well because they do a great job.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
They do a great job, and also let's not forget that it's Resort TV One's 60,000 celebration.
Yeah, they're live now, so that's why I wanted to kind of too.
Yeah, so let's not forget. When we go over there, let's
tell them Rob sent you.
Tell them the pub sent you.
Yeah, the pub and the pub sent you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Cool. Thank you so much. I can't wait for next week. Usually I do it in conjunction of the real Shark Week on Discovery Channel, but they're doing it, I think, while I'm gone or something in July or August or something. I want to do it this next week because I'm excited. So thank you guys so much. Cheers, Adam. I love it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Man,
Cheers.
to another
Water.
pub talk. That was awesome. Pub Talk 23 in the books. Thank you guys so much. The pub is closed.
Shark Week, baby.
Dark Week, and we will see you guys on Tuesday. There's gonna be 2 pub talks next week, Tuesday and Thursday. I'm sorry, Tuesday and Friday, but we're gonna be doing other episodes too. So thank you guys so much. Have a great weekend, guys.
Cheers, everyone.
Let's go over to Resort TV 1. They are live. Congratulations. Unbelievable. Thanks for being. We could be there. I'm just trying to pull up the link here. We're all gonna go over to Resort TV 1. And we're going to say the pub sent us and congratulate them. We're going to put the link right here. There we go. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend. We'll see you guys on Tuesday for another pub talk and Monday, 9 o'clock for the premiere for my shark video. Thanks, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Have a great weekend, guys. Thanks.